Much better. What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm reviewing the upcoming 2020 Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. With the beard gone, it's like a completely dramatic change. It's like a night and day difference. It's almost like we're in a completely different studio. So originally I was supposed to look exactly the same as I did in that last clip in my old studio, which I filmed about a week ago. But yesterday I forgot that I was doing that and I shaved off the beard, and it just doesn't have the same effect as I was hoping. So it is what it is. But hey, we got a new studio. Obviously this is a pretty dramatic change, and don't expect it to stay like this because I've ordered a bunch of furniture. This is just furniture that I had in my old house, and I brought here just so I could have something in the background. So it will be changing a lot in the next couple weeks. Like, I think 3 or 4 times until I really find something that I like. But this is the new room. It's gray, and with this larger studio, I'm really hoping to have more room to bring you guys new and interesting content and different backdrops and like cool different ways of doing things. So I'm really excited about that, and let me know in the comment section down below if you have any suggestions for this room and what you'd like to see in the background. But getting to the actual reason for this video, this is the 2020 Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. It has an official release date of November 28th and a retail price of $200, but obviously we had a shock drop last week and I bought this pair for resale because I completely missed out. So I probably really overpaid for this pair. Regardless, I'm happy to have it, and I'm really glad I can give you guys a full review. I think it's fair to say that this shoe is one of the most anticipated Jordans, if not sneakers, of the entire year, and that's because this is one of the most beloved Air Jordan 4 colorways. When the Air Jordan 4 silhouette first released back in 1989, it released in 4 OG colorways, and the Fire Red is one of those colorways. And this is truly one of the most iconic Air Jordan 4 colorways, and for me personally, it's my second favorite, with my first being the White Cement Force. And surprisingly, this is actually my first pair of Air Jordan 4s, because the last pair that came out was in 2012, and while I did go for it, I completely missed out, like I did with the shock drop last week. So I guess I've missed out in both releases, but it is what it is. So why don't we jump right into the Fire Red Air Jordan 4s and find out what makes this 2020 retro so great. So starting off in the toe of the shoe, you've got 2 different leather panels that both come in a surprisingly soft white leather. Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know I'm not a huge fan of Jordan brand leather, and that's because it's usually either synthetic or just really low quality leather. Now, the reason they do that is because they mass produce these sneakers. In fact, they create just insane quantities of these shoes, so much so that if they used expensive or nice leather, these shoes would be insanely expensive to produce. So from a business point of view, it makes total sense. I'm sure if they could give us the highest quality leather at the same price as this leather, they would, but it just doesn't make fiscal sense. And let's be real, because we've gotten so used to these leathers and because we don't know what real leather feels like, something that just feels slightly softer than their standard leather feels much more premium than their standard shoes. All that to say, if you like softer Jordan brand leather, you're gonna love the leather on these shoes because it is pretty soft and it will crease when you wear the shoe, so it's definitely gonna wear in a way that I think a lot of Jordan heads like. One thing that I love about this 2020 retro is that they're trying to make the cut as similar to the OG as possible, and so the overall shape of the silhouette looks like the OG shoe. As you move up in the shoe, you get to the iconic white plastic netting on the tongue. Just above that, you've got these white flat laces, and they weave through these red Air Jordan 4 lace eyelets. Towards the top of the tongue, you've got some more white leather, which seems to be generally the same leather used around the rest of the shoe, and in the center of the tongue, you've got your white patch with the red Jumpman and also the flight text underneath. This is such a classic looking shoe. When you think of Jordan in 4s, this is a shoe that you think of. On the back of the tongue, you've got a red sock liner as well as a white Air Jordan tag that's stitched upside down, and that's so you can actually flip the tongue outward if you want. I mean, I haven't seen anyone do that since the 90s, but you can do it if you want to. Then moving inside the shoe, you've got more of that red sock liner around the ankle. You've also got a black insole with the red Nike Air branding printed on the heel. As far as sizing and fit is concerned, the 2020 retro of the Air Jordan 4 Fire Reds fit just like every other pair of Air Jordan 4s. For me, that's true to size, but for you, it might be something different. And I would actually suggest for wide footers, maybe going up half a size because this shoe can be a little bit more narrow than you'd probably expect. I unfortunately was only able to get a size 9.5 and not a size 9, so that kind of stinks. If anyone's looking to trade, let me know. Continuing back in the shoe to the midfoot, you've got more of that white plastic netting over top of that black textile mesh. And then just behind that, you've got your black and red TPU accent that holds the uppermost eyelets in place. And then moving around to the back of the shoe, you get to a detail that I'm sure is a lot of people's favorite part of the shoe, and that's the black heel tab with the red Nike Air text. Now this 2020 retro is the first time that the Fire Red 4s have had Nike Air branding on the heel since 1989, which is kind of crazy to think about. And while I don't really mind the Jumpman at all, I do have to say that the Nike Air does look really good on the back of this shoe. And then finally moving to the bottom of the shoe, you've got your red, white, and gray rubber outsole with herringbone traction. The 2020 Air Jordan 4 Fire Red is one of the most anticipated shoes of the year for good reason. First of all, this shoe is as true to the OG Air Jordan 4 Fire Reds as I think we've ever gotten, and I think for a lot of collectors, that's really exciting. Material-wise, the shoe is solid, the leathers feel soft, everything seems to be like it should, and aesthetically, it does not get much better than the iconic Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. This shoe is one of the most wearable sneakers in the world, and it's one of the most iconic sneakers in the world, and that's why I think this is a shoe that everyone should have in their collection. If you would like to grab a pair of the 2020 Air Jordan 4 Fire Reds, I'll make sure to leave links in the description below, but they will release on the SNKRS app on November 28th for a retail price of $200. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the 2020 Air Jordan 4 Fire Reds, and whether you've already gotten a pair for yourself, whether you're planning to get a pair for yourself, or whether you just don't care. So make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.